Hello and welcome to Ula Tea Leaf Readings. My name is Lenor and today I'm going to be reading your tea leaves. This is a horoscope for Capricorn. If Capricorn is your solar, lunar, ascendant / rising sign, then this is a message for you. Okay, let's get started. Okay, and let's take a look at what we have here today. What do these tea leaves have to say? And so our card for this reading is the Four of Discs. Four of Discs. Actually love this card so much, at least the Thoth, and actually I have it upside down and I'm looking at it the wrong way here. I don't read the cards inverted or reversed. So is it upside down? Yeah, it was upside down. Yes. I have to look at the back sometimes. Look. Ooh, okay. So all about fortifying self. I am a homebody. So this card is always like, yeah, in my fortress with my moat. And so I think this is it's a beautiful energy. It's power. It's kind of like going home to recharge, really taking care of yourself. Okay. That's always welcome, isn't it? All right, so let's see what we have. We have a little bit of a heart there. I see. Okay, let's start with the heart. So we have a heart. And we have a heart with a hammer up there, okay? And 100%, it really, to me, it seems like, it looks like this is kind of like you've been working on, how should I say? Working on healing yourself, but not in a way that like, oh, your heart was broken and like a romantic entanglement, although that could be involved. But this is like, it's like chiseling away at all of the extra stuff, right? Getting to that beautiful jewel. And I'm thinking about, my daughter has these, they're like plaster things that you use to excavate these little like jewels and rocks and stuff. And it feels like that. Like you have spent many years, and I can almost imagine, right? Like when I think about this, it's like you have a room and it's quiet. And this is where you like to go. You like to go and you like to read and write and maybe quietly listen to some music or just be away from everything. And then out that hall and down the way, there's like the living room, right? And the lights are on, there's music playing, there are people talking, and you don't feel like you're being left out because you don't want to be in the middle of all that. You like to be in your little universe. And you'll come out when you're ready, right? you will bless everybody with your presence when you want to. There's a lot of being self-assured. And I think that you like being alone, truly, or at least in your formative years, you really liked being alone because you could be whatever you are without anybody witnessing you. It was easy to just move freely without all of the constraints of people's judgments or their input, you should do and you shouldn't do and whatever. And so this is where this began, really. Okay, exploring yourself, really figuring out what do you like and really knowing what you like. What impassions you? What are you really interested in? What are you good at? And you took the time to figure these things out and find out that they are also shifting, right? So I feel like now in this part of your life, of course, you're always going to be chiseling away at the rock, right? I don't know if we ever get to the point where we get the whole dang thing out of there so we can see the entirety of the heart. But you're happy to do it. You don't lament this. You're a very individual person. That's not to say that, like, you can't have partnerships or you don't work well with others. I think that you truly do because you are self-assured. You're okay with just being yourself. You're okay with asking the things, saying the things that most people would dance around. You know yourself. That's intimidating too, by the way. People probably are somewhat intimidated by that. But I don't think in a way that they're afraid of you, but I think that they envy that quality that you have. Okay, so we have a bird-headed person wearing a dress, and they are dancing. And this is beautiful because it very much is that spirit coming through with messages. And I feel like this is interesting because it is humanoid, right? But I feel like you are the messenger so much. You are definitely somebody who is in touch with maybe mediumship, channeling, divination, creativity. What really came to mind was automatic writing as well. But very magical person, very in tune with that strand that reaches out into the universe, the many dimensions, the realms, and it all comes through to you. And I think that as you've gotten older, you've been able to kind of sort that stuff out a lot more. And probably because you've spent so much of that time with yourself, figuring out what you like and what you don't like, you've probably found different mediums to use to kind of get this messaging through. So like painting or writing, making music, like I said, divination or whatever. A lot of different things. I mean, there's so many ways, right? And I think that you've really, you've cultivated it, and it is a joyous thing for you. I don't think you're afraid of it. I think that you're also a very down to earth type of person. Somebody who you're honest. So people, like I said, people can be intimidated by that maybe, but it's also like so profound, right? They might not say it to you, but the way that you communicate with others, it's like they're running off home to be like, oh my gosh, this person is like otherworldly. How do they do that? What is their trick? But you, I think, are just you're just in it. You're in your zone, and you're happy. Most of it, as happy as anybody can be, right? But you're content and happy in this, at least for now. And I think this has really been a beautiful period of your life. Okay. And let's see. We have some, well, I'm looking up here and it almost looks like somebody who is, this is blurry. Come on, come into focus. Okay, we have a person kind of kneeling and they have, it reminds me of like somebody etching or, I don't know what it would be called. Like grinding a hole into a stone, maybe. But I feel like this is almost like a repetitive act in like a ritual form. It almost makes me wonder if you are an herbalist or you do some kind of like plant magic, right? Plant medicine. I usually when I say plant medicine, it's somewhat coded as, psychedelics or whatever, but it's not limited to that, of course. But I think that you probably have a pretty good and working knowledge of plants and their interactions and their holistic, their beneficial properties and so on. I can see you just like, and that's maybe, listen, that might be another way that you commune. Because I'm definitely an animist in that I really do. I'm like, there's consciousness in all of these plants and they all have different things to say. They do. So I think that you maybe are in tune with that as well. Okay, and then we have, it looks like the number 12. Okay, so we have a 12. 12 is important, the cycle. And then we have a fish who is spitting out water. Okay, so, and really we have 2 beta fish. And so, I feel like there is a sense of abundance, but there is almost like an aggressive, competitive, like somebody who is competitive with you, even if you don't feel like you're in competition with them. You're not necessarily, you don't perceive this as being like a competitive thing. But with the spitting out of the water, I really think that you are just kind of purging they're affecting your emotions. Okay. And there's a purging there. And I almost wonder if you really literally are just going to, say plainly, like, we're not in a competition. Like, you're not my, we're peers, but we're not competing type of thing. Okay. And I think that, that's something that you've been thinking about, right? And I really think that you have this vibe where it's almost like, you just want to do your thing. You just want to be left alone to do your thing. I see this, it looks like a child wearing, like a fur, okay, on their head, and their arms are up and playing make-believe. Okay, just let me go outside and play by myself. I just want to do my thing. I don't want you looking at me. I don't want you talking to me about what I'm doing. I just want to do it. Okay, I'm not here for whatever, enter whatever. So I feel like there's really that energy. Okay, now we have a heart. We have like a little duck and a flower, and also were there flowers on this one? No. Yes. No. That was the last reading. My bad. I was like, okay. Yes, never mind. Scratch that. No flowers. There's a flower here, though. Okay, and this one looks like a bath duck. So I feel like there really is a pull towards water, and a cleansing, like a ritual cleansing. And as I'm doing this reading, the moon has just gone fully full. I think it's like at 100% now. And we're about to have that eclipse. So it is and I did mine this morning, my before the moon was full, but fully full. And it's a good time to do all of that upkeep. And I don't, whatever you do. But for me, I wash my hair. I shave my legs and stuff, and shame on me or whatever. But I'm very hairy, okay? Like, I have to. Not for anybody else, for myself. I get ingrown hairs and stuff. So, I do all that. I cut my nails. I trimmed my bangs, and I always do. I show up for the moon whenever whenever it is the new moon or the full moon. I get fully, like, I'm going on a dang date. I get really cleaned up. And so in some ways, I think that this energy really is showing, like, taking some kind of ritual bath. And it's not about the actual, like, what are you doing as far as, like, hygiene and stuff. It's about preparing yourself, right? And purging some of those things. And I don't like to talk about, like, a lot of the eating ritual or anything like that, but I do fast for the moon, and do the whole cleansing as much as I can, right? And I think that is shared through this reading. And I think even more than that, because I'm not advocating that you do anything any particular way. But I do think that going to the water in some way. Okay, if you swim, if you like to dip your feet in the water, if you have, if it's cold like where it is here, we're way in the north. Almost to Canada. It's very cold here. It's gonna snow even, and so I'm not getting in the water outside, but go look at the lake or the river or whatever you have near you, and or, like I said, the bathing and whatever it is. Or if you're way in the south, you can, in the southern hemisphere, get that hose out. Go play in the hose for a little bit. That's fun. I already missed being out in the garden and my daughter spraying me. She really, like, got a big kick out of spraying me with the hose this year. So I spent a lot of times getting wet when I did not mean to. So, yeah. All right, so let's go ahead and let's take a look at these cards here. We have the Dreamer's deck. These are 40 affirmations for pursuing your dreams from the I Know collection. Okay, so I'm just going to stop where it feels right. And it says, I know that I must stay in the present moment to enjoy the journey. I am right here. Oops. Let me do it again. If you want to read along with me. I forget to look in the thing, in the little viewer. I know that I must stay in the present moment to enjoy the journey. I am right here. Yeah, there we go. I am right here. I'm right here. You're right here. We're all right here. All right. Capricorn. I want to thank you so much for spending this time with me. It is always such an honor to be able to bring these messages to you. If you would be so kind as to like the video, it helps us get into the algorithm. And as we know, the algorithm decides everything about everything. So, if you also have not subscribed yet, please think about doing that. You can hit the little bell. It'll let you know when the next videos are coming out. And if you want to leave a comment, please do. I read all of them. They mean so much to me. And yeah, I guess that's it. I hope you all have a wonderful full moon. I hope that beautiful eclipse, Halloween, and all of the other beautiful holidays happening, festivities and festivals and feasts and so on. Yeah, let's all enjoy that. I hope you do. Okay, Capricorn, I love you. We'll talk in just a few days.